ABC 10 News at 7 starts now.
San Diegans trying to get an appointment for the COVID-19 vaccine are now running into roadblocks using the state's new website for signups. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. As our ABC 10 News reporter Jennifer Kastner discovered, some San Diegans found the My Turn website so frustrating they just gave up.
The state's new go-to website for vaccination notifications is already being criticized following its rollout this week.
It's incredibly frustrating.
When San Diegan Terry White heard about the site, she jumped on to get an appointment for her husband, who's a senior with prostate cancer.
How many times do you think you tried on My Turn?
Oh my gosh, at least 10 to 15 times.
The pilot program called My Turn states that you can find out if it's your turn to be vaccinated, and you can schedule vaccination appointments at sites like the Petco Park Superstation. The website went live on a trial basis for people living in San Diego and Los Angeles counties, but Governor Newsom hopes for statewide access next month.
The people who are eligible, 65 and older, as soon as it gets to the place where you're going to schedule an appointment, it's when the whole thing goes down.
White and others said that they were met with roadblocks. When we logged on, we saw available appointments, but once you click on them, they're gone. A spokesperson for the state wrote to ABC 10 News in part Wednesday that its IT team wasn't aware of any errors in the system. When the spokesperson checked available appointments, none were left, suggesting that this may be a situation of demand outpacing supply. A San Diego County spokesperson, however, wrote to ABC 10 News that the state is well aware of the issues and is working to fix them. White finally got an appointment for her husband through the VA instead, but the process has been stressful.
You do everything you can possibly do to have this work, and you get nowhere. It's sad.
Jennifer Kastner, ABC 10 News.
Vaccinations are underway again at the Superstation at Petco Park. 2 days of appointments had to be canceled because of damage from this weekend storm. From Sky 10, we could see traffic backed up for blocks, leading to some people waiting for hours. Although many were annoyed with the wait, they were happy with the end result.
Everybody was just so friendly, and people like me, you know, we chatted, and then one man in line set up my email on my cell phone.
The appointments postponed Monday. They have been rescheduled for tomorrow. Those from yesterday will be done Saturday. Another vaccine superstation will open Sunday on the campus of Cal State San Marcos.
As of today, more than 210,000 people in San Diego County have been vaccinated for COVID-19, and nearly 43,000 have been fully vaccinated, meaning they've received both shots. There are hopeful signs in our latest numbers. There were 1,400 new cases today, but our test positivity rate was down to 9%. Another 44 San Diegans lost their lives to COVID, bringing that number to 2,465. The local vaccine supply is getting a boost in terms of how much vaccine can be squeezed out of each vial. As ABC 10 News reporter Michael Chen found out, doctors at Kaiser Permanente say they have found a way to get extra doses out of the vials so nothing goes to waste.
Soon after the government approved the Pfizer vaccine in December, pharmacists discovered that a small amount in every 5-dose vial shipped amounted to a full dose. Getting that dose would be tricky. The 6th dose can be easily discarded.
You may have vaccine within the dead space.
As extra vaccine in each dose becomes trapped in a small dead space in regular syringes, according to Dr. Will Sang, who heads the local vaccine program for Kaiser Permanente. So Dr. Sang's team decided from the beginning to make retrieving that extra dose a priority after getting approval from the feds.
We were very diligent from up front about our training for safety and quality reasons.
They zeroed in on the smallest syringe they had, called a 25 gauge, which minimizes vaccine in the dead space.
And draw out an equal amount of air.
A team of technicians and pharmacists are on hand throughout the process, making sure the measurements are precise, from the mixing of the vaccine with a diluent solution to the retrieval for each dose. The end result:
6 per vial without any question, and sometimes we can even get a 7th vial. We treat this as liquid gold, so we do not waste any drops.
Experts nationwide have said getting the extra dose requires a special syringe in short supply, a low dead volume syringe. Last week, President Biden invoked the Defense Production Act to ramp up production of that syringe. Dr. Singh says he'll look at that syringe to see if it performs better, adding, if producing the syringe helps other facilities more easily retrieve the extra dose, that's good news.
You can do that in big numbers. That's what we need to do.
Michael Chen, ABC 10 News.
Sharp, Scripps, and UCSD Health tell us they are also able to retrieve that extra dose. As for the Moderna vaccine, they can occasionally get an extra dose out of the vial.
In-person jury trials are coming back to San Diego. Today, the Superior Court announced that jury trials will resume February 8th at the Central Courthouse. It will expand to other locations later. Now, to minimize the COVID risk, jury service will be done via telephone standby. People who are summoned will call in the night before to find out if they have to come in. And we are getting our first look inside a major resource in the North County in the fight against coronavirus. The federal medical station at Palomar Medical Center was activated last month. As our Lindsay Pena reports, Congressman Darrell Issa toured that facility today.
This is the 11th floor of Palomar Medical Center, ready to accept COVID patients. It's empty right now, but the floor just below it is open and caring for 18 people with COVID, sick enough to be hospitalized, but not needing to be in the ICU.
We are just pleased that we have had an ability to be a resource for the entire region.
Hospital officials opened the doors for the first time to the 2 floors, also known as the Federal Medical Station, so Congressman Darrell Issa and the public could see firsthand what's available.
Every additional bed and every new innovation that gives surge capability, like what they've done here at Palomar, is important.
The so-called alternative care site, with its 202 beds, was actually created back in April of 2020, but not activated until December by Governor Gavin Newsom, when ICU bed capacity in Southern California dropped to near zero. Federal medical stations like this are a tool used by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to ease the strain on hospitals. So far, it hasn't been anywhere near capacity, but it remains ready to handle COVID patients at a moment's notice.
We know that we're getting the best care by caring people, not just local, but from around the country.
Lindsay Pena, ABC 10 News.
It is unclear how long the federal medical station will remain open. You can stay on top of any new developments with coronavirus by downloading the 10 News app. A free version is available in the App Store.
The Sheriff's Department needs your help finding a missing San Marcos man. 55-year-old Steve Turry was last seen walking away from the All Seasons RV park last night about 11 o'clock. Turry has medical and mental health issues that require medication. He is 6 feet, 180 pounds with a bald head and a scar on his neck. He was wearing a blue shirt, black boots, a plaid sweatshirt, and a green beanie. A rash of drinks being thrown at people in the Carmel Valley area. Several people have reported having McDonald's cups thrown at them by a car full of teenagers or young men. Some are speculating these are hate crimes since many of the victims are Asian. One victim who talked to us didn't want to be identified out of fear of retaliation.
They slowed down just a bit in front of me. They rolled down the window, threw the McDonald's cup, and just sped away.
San Diego police are aware of at least 2 of these incidents, but at this time, the department can't confirm if the crimes are race-related. Police are asking any other victims to come forward so they can help build a case.
A move to make San Diego County more marijuana friendly. Today, the County Board of Supervisors voted to form a set of policies designed to improve economic access and social equity in the cannabis industry. It includes expanding pot farming and allowing people with past cannabis convictions to get a permit to sell it. The policy overhaul, which applies to unincorporated parts of the county, will be developed over the next 6 months.